For those in attendance, for those watching at home, just look at this talent right here. We have never seen anything like this before as far as women's boxing is concerned. And like I said, as far as the titles that are on the line on Friday, we have never seen anything like this before, period. It's a huge honor and privilege to be here. And again, I'm not going to speak for too long. I want to turn it over to the fighters and hear from them. And so, Amanda, I'll start with you if I can. The last time we did this back in April, everyone was buzzing afterwards because you guys have done the press conferences before. You've been around each other. You've fought twice before. But I think the big talking point coming out of that press conference was that it got a little heated between the two of you, that Katie pushed back on some of the things that you were saying when maybe in the past she didn't. Were you surprised at all by her demeanor back in April?
No, I'm never surprised. You just never know with this. We have our breaking points, and I guess that ends with it. And obviously she has her opinion, her team has her opinion, I have my opinion, my teams, the fans, the people who saw have their own opinion. So it's good.
It is good, Katie, and perhaps because you have been so soft-spoken throughout your career and not one to talk a lot of trash, it raised some eyebrows. It did feel like you were at your wit's end. You were tired of some of the narratives being put out there. Is that a fair assessment of how you've been feeling leading up to this fight?
Yeah, I mean, I have my own opinion about the stuff that Amanda has been saying on our team, but the fact is I am 2-0 against her, and opinions are opinions, but facts are facts, and you can't get away from those facts. Yeah, I guess I'm just sick of the complaining and whining from your team.
And so is there something in particular that they have said that has really bothered you the most?
And not anything in particular, I guess, just the complaints about the decisions, the headbutts, whatever it may be. But just all of that really. But the only thing that matters is that I am 2-0 against her. I'm going to this fight unbeaten against Amanda Serrano, and I plan to stay unbeaten against her. I plan to stay 3-0 to come this Friday night.
Amanda, I know that you believe you won the first and the second, let's be honest, but ultimately the judges did not score it in your favor. It's a silly question to ask someone who has had over 50 fights and has won as many times as you have, but you need to do something differently against Katie this time around. You need to do something drastically differently in order to ensure the victory.
Honestly, I mean, of course, I'm always up for improvement. Obviously, the judges didn't see me winning the fight, so something has to change, and I'm all up for that. That's what we did in training camp. I'm gonna use my head, but not the way it was used on me. But we're just gonna be smarter. We're gonna be smarter, work smarter, and it's not like I work hard in every training camp. So I didn't work harder for this camp, but we work a lot smarter for this fight, and I believe that we can come out victorious. We will come out victorious.
The last fight was just a few months ago, not that long ago, right? If my math is correct, about 8 or so months ago. That cut was pretty big, it was pretty deep. Do you have any concerns about it opening up again?
If I had concerns, I would not take the fight. I'm a warrior. I'm gonna go in there. If that cut happens, we prepared. You saw what I did. I fought to the very end in the last fight, and I will do it again and over again if I have to. I'm a warrior.
Katie, one more from me to you. I know you have said a couple times that she needs this win more than you do because you're 2-0 against her. But is there something to be said about winning definitively, perhaps via stoppage, so that nothing at all can be said in the aftermath? Is that on your mind at all?
Well, I just have to do what I've always done, and I feel like people haven't seen the best of me yet, and I can't wait to showcase that come Friday night. I can definitely make the fight a lot easier for myself, and I just can't wait to step in there now and actually perform the way I know that I can perform and produce the best performance of my career.
Can't wait. Please.
I honestly believe that, she's been saying it, and obviously she's up to, why take this fight again? Why give me that chance to beat you again? Why give me the opportunity? you saying that you don't care what people are saying or how you feel. So why are you taking this fight?
I'm taking the fight again because I love the challenge of this. I want to take the best fights. It doesn't really matter to me that I'm 2-0. I just want to have the biggest challenges, the biggest fights in women's boxing. And after the last fight, this was still the biggest fight in women's boxing, so that's why I'm taking it. Why not take the challenge again? And I believe that I can't beat you again, and that's why I have taken the fight again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We will see.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Let me ask a question to Alicia Baumgartner. I sort of set it up as this is like a new chapter in your life and career, the reintroduction of the Bomb. Do you view this as such? Is this the next chapter for you, and especially on this massive stage come Friday?
Yes, I would definitely say this is another step in my career, something exciting, something new for the ones who don't know me to know who I am come Friday night, and it only gets better.
If you're one of the few who have never seen her in action, you are in for a treat come Friday, one of the most exciting fighters in the game. You are undefeated, Jennifer, and I know we have a translator here who's going to help us out as well, but I just want to ask, 3 months later, 3 months after we first spoke about the challenge of beating Alicia Baumgartner, how do you feel about what's ahead of you come Friday? And perhaps can you give us a bit of a preview as to maybe some of the holes that you have seen when studying her in the build-up to this fight?
Jennifer, 3 meses luego de que hablamos por primera vez sobre esta pelea y la oportunidad de pelear contra Baumgartner, has tenido quizás la oportunidad de estudiarla un poco. ¿Nos puedes detallar algunas de las cosas que has visto camino a esta pelea?
¿Alguna de las cosas que he visto, perdón?
¿Alguna de las cosas que hayas visto en Baumgartner camino a esta pelea que puedas aprovechar?
La tenemos muy bien estudiada y claro, sí, como todos tienen fallos y vamos a ir a hacerla que no se sienta cómoda en el ring, es lo que te puedo decir.
Well, we all have, like everyone commits their errors, obviously, but we're going to have to pressure so that she doesn't feel comfortable in the ring. That's all I can tell you.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Jennifer. By the way, we have a lot of people that we're going to hear from here, and I'm going to ask the fighters questions, and I want the media in attendance, especially to ask questions to the fighters. But before we continue, I do want to bring someone up here. Back in 2021, when Jake Paul fought Tyron Woodley in Cleveland, there was a great fighter on the card named Amanda Serrano, and I think after that fight, both Jake and his business partner, the co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, one Nikisa Badarian, said we need to go all in on not only this woman, but on women's boxing. 4 years later, you see this, the commitment to women's boxing, the stable that they have built with more names being added each and every day. We found out yesterday that Ebony Bridges is the latest name to be added to this stable. And so without further ado, I did want to bring up Mr. Nikisa Badarian, the co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, alongside the one and only Jake Paul, to speak about this historic card on Friday night in New York City.
I can't believe it. We're on the cusp of one of the greatest trilogies in the history of sports. The Independent, a UK publication, put out an article today, and it said the importance of this rivalry is the same as Messi versus Ronaldo. The final chapter of Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. The headliner of the most stacked boxing card of the year, with a collection of top pound-for-pound fighters on this stage like the sport has never seen before. 2 unified championships, 3 undisputed championships in one night, 21 world titles on the line, all from right here in New York City, from this iconic venue, Madison Square Garden, live globally on Netflix for over 300 million subscribers for free. Thank you, Netflix. Bella, Brandon, Gabe, Travis, Ted, Vicky, Liz, Jean, Claire, Tammy, Julie, Crisilda, the list goes on and on of the many amazing women and men we work with at Netflix. MvP appreciates you. The women on this stage appreciate you. And we hope this is the first of many women's boxing events we do together. To our partners at MSG, thank you, Jim Jolin, Joel, Sal, Joanne, Larry, and the entire organization for believing in women's boxing from day one. We made history together in 2022, and we called you 6 months ago, Jake and I, and we said, we have an idea. We want to do another event with Katie and Amanda, but we want to make it an all-women's card. And you said, absolutely, let's make history. And here we are 3 years later with the trilogy, with double the ticket sales revenue of the first one. When people say women can't sell, when people say women can't fight, listen to Amanda Serrano. Women can sell, women can fight. I also want to recognize the 4 major sanctioning bodies, the WBO, the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA. Without their leadership, this historic moment would not happen. On Friday night, a Guinness World Record, 17 sanctioning body world titles on the line. Never been done before in the sport. And it only happens because of our team at MvP, who live a fighter-first ethos, who work 24/7, sometimes 365. They were on a 3-hour meeting with me on the 4th of July to make sure this week went right for the fighters and for the fans. So thank you. To my partner, Jake Paul. He is 28 years old. If you're booing him, you should boo yourself. He is 28 years old, and he has used his platform, his money, and his time to push all of these women in this entire sport for women's boxing. Thank you, Jake. But unfortunately, no one's really here for Jake or me or MVP. No one's here because of Netflix or MSG. Everyone's here for one reason and one reason only: greatness. The greatness of 2 women. The greatness of 2 world-class athletes. The greatness of 2 of the best boxers of all time, male or female. The greatness of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor sharing the ring together. The 2 queens of boxing. Without their jaw-dropping performances, this opportunity, this event, this moment, this platform would not exist. Come Friday night, they're going to enter the ring and go to war. But they've come together and helped lift the entire sport for all of the women within it. So what I need right now is for everyone to stand up, please, and give these 2 legends a standing ovation that they deserve. Katie and Amanda. Goats, goats, goats. Congratulations on setting a new paradigm for women's boxing and putting it on a pedestal like it has never been on before. You are the diamond standard that every fighter on this stage should be trying to achieve, and you are the North Star for all the females within the sport. You are indeed breaking records for pay, congratulations, but more importantly, you're breaking barriers for women and girls around the world who see your success as confirmation that with their dedication, with their sacrifice, they too can achieve greatness. Come Friday night, your fight will be undoubtedly the most viewed boxing or MMA event of 2025 to this point. More than the disruptor Jake Paul, more than Canelo, more than Gervonta, more than any UFC event this year. And I cannot wait to see what you have in store for us in the final installment of your epic battles. And this time, you're not alone. There's a collection of unbelievable fighters on this stage, all looking to make their mark and show why they're next to carry the torch for women's boxing. Every single one of them knows what's on the line for them. Every single one of them knows what's on the line for women's boxing and what's on the line for women's sports that's never had more eyeballs on it than it does now. And to add to it, MVP and Netflix got together, and I'm pleased to announce a $250,000 performance of the night bonus that can be awarded to any fighter or any fight.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you, Nikisa, but are we able to win that too. 'Cause I don't believe, honestly, you're giving me the biggest payday in my life, as well as Katie Taylor. I don't think that we deserve as much as these young ladies going out there and fighting and giving their all. I think it should be just for them.
Of course, Amanda would say that, but that would not make the stakes even. Every fighter on this stage has the opportunity, or every fight, whichever it may be, to walk away with $250,000. So
The stakes
Alicia,
just got higher now.
Alicia,
Listen.
Jennifer, Mary, Tam, Ramla, Leela, Jessica, Chantel, I know you in the sky, you too. Sharetta, Neeks, Yamalith, Ellie, Savannah, Shadeja, you know what you have to do.
Wow.
You have to go in there and steal the show. You have to go in there and put the audience in awe of what they just saw, and maybe leave with an extra $250,000.
Katie, we up for a challenge.
But it's not going to be easy, because the two GOATs have something to say about it, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. The winner of the performance bonus will be determined by myself, Jake Paul, and the great Layla Ali. In a scenario where Jake, Layla, and I all have a different view of who should win, Layla Ali will make the ultimate decision. Let me leave you with this. When Jake and I started to focus on women's boxing, and still today, there are many naysayers inside the sport and outside the sport. Why? Is it because the women throw less punches than the men? No, they actually throw even more punches with shorter rounds. Is it because women's boxing is less exciting? Absolutely not. The level of activity leads to much more entertaining fights. My belief is that many inside the sport and most outside the sport have not given the women the same opportunity to entertain them as they have the men. But you cannot deny that Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor have put on two of the most entertaining fights in history. And you cannot deny that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano have given us two of the greatest fights, male or female, ever. And come this Friday night, right here at the Mecca of boxing, they're going to get into that ring and go toe-to-toe for every second of every minute of every round. And once again put on a jaw-dropping performance that will stop the world and have everyone tweeting about what they just witnessed. The only difference is there's 14 other badass killers on this stage coming to do exactly the same thing. So do yourself a favor. Plan to be in front of your screen, your TV, your computer, your phone this Friday night. Set your reminder on your Netflix account. And if you don't have Netflix, you can subscribe for $7.99, which is less than a McDonald's combo, and get everything on Netflix, from Squid Games to Stranger Things, to Old Guard 2, to the WWE, to the Canelo fight in September, and the final chapter of Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. This Friday night, get ready to witness greatness. The greatness of 16 women who have dedicated their life to give us this night to start this movement, the MVP way. Thank you.
No, Nikisa, I always tell him that I should not be up here, he should be up here doing these, and I think he just proved that. You were cooking up there, Nikisa. I don't know why you need me. That was great. Incredible. Well done. Let's go to the media and hear some of your great questions. All right, my man.
How you doing? Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Colin Keyes from the Irish Independent. To put this to Katie. Katie, there are your precious belts in front of you there, yet you came out here first tonight. Is there an illusion being created that you're somehow the challenger here? And the second part to my question is, what weight is this fight fixed at? My understanding it may be 136 pounds. That's down from the 140 that it is supposed to be at.
Yes, the fight's at 136 pounds. That was in the contract. But all these belts are obviously still on the line. And I know that I'm coming out on stage first here, and I'm being announced in the ring on Friday night first as well. But this is an MVP show. I don't really care about any of that stuff. My mindset doesn't change. This stuff is just nonsense, really. But I'm just stepping in there with a champion's mindset. I'm stepping in there, giving it my all, and I'm as hungry as ever. And this is just an MVP show. I know that everyone on this behind MVP are against me, but that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Andreas. Hello, everybody. Ricardo Torres from Telemundo. Amanda.
Oh, one second. Let's go to Andreas first, and then you.
Andreas Hale, ESPN. This question is for Katie and Amanda. Listen, we've heard that this is going to be the final chapter, but Amanda, if you do win, do you think there's a possibility of a fourth fight?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm kind of tired of Katie Taylor. You know, we have great moments together. We have great fights together. But hey, 2 is better than 1, right? She'll have 2 and I'll have 1, so she can live with that.
Katie, same question to you. If something happens and you do lose this fight, would you want to fight her again, or are you done with this afterwards?
Well, I'm taking the 3rd fight, so I don't. If she wants a 4th fight, I'll take it as well.
Of course, MVP is paying good money.
But we'll see what happens. Let's just focus on Friday night first.
One last question is for Alicia Baumgartner. Alicia, when you got announced to be signed MVP, you were put in the co-main event of this fight. There's pressure because, yeah, there's the 250,000, but millions of people are going to be tuning in to see you perform, as MVP has kind of set you up to be the future of MVP. Do you feel the pressure that comes with performing on Friday night?
No, I don't feel the pressure. This is just another opportunity, just at another bigger stage that I've been on. And this time, the world gets to see worldwide. And I just have to address, when she said to make me uncomfortable, baby, I breed in uncomfortable places. And this brick weighs 250 pounds. So tell her that in Spanish. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, my man.
All right, Ricardo Torres from Telemundo. Amanda, 2 days ago, give me a sense of how you feel mentally, physically for this 3rd fight.
Ready. Soy lista. I want to get it over with. I want to put those gloves on and go at it once again. It's an honor to share the ring with Katie Taylor, and you guys are going to be witnessing greatness in that ring come July 11th.
All right, all the Latin community, all the Boricuas are going to be watching. Do you have a message for them?
Claro que sí, ve. Yo voy con todo menos miedo como siempre, mi gente. Te quiero mucho y te veo ahí.
Thank you.
I did want to ask Savannah Marshall a quick question because it has been 2 long years since your last boxing match. And I heard you do an interview with Steve Bunce earlier in the week where you said that because of your foray into MMA, when you got back into boxing training, you kind of had to relearn a few things because the MMA training changed things up, right? The stances and whatnot. Can you tell us about your confidence heading into Friday night? Because 2 years is a long time for a fighter like you to be away.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very, very long time. But it's not like I've had 2 years sat on the couch. I've been in the gym. I've competed in MMA, so I've been active. I've been fit. And yeah, it was hard coming back to boxing. You know yourself, the stance, everything's different. But look, I've boxed for a very long time, so muscle memory soon kicked in, and I'm where I need to be.
And for Shadeja, can I ask, I mean, obviously you had a great performance back in November, but I'm sure you would agree she is the most accomplished opponent that you have faced thus far. Do you agree with that statement? And if so, what do you think needs to be done in order to beat her?
I'm expecting the best Savannah Marshall ever. She's a former undisputed world champion, and that's what we've trained for. So we train 200% for the best Savannah Marshall come July 11th, and you'll see the best Shadeja Green, and we'll put on a beautiful performance.
Can't wait for that. Let's go back to the media right over here.
Period. Hi, I'm Katie Cloutier. I'm from CBC Radio-Canada, Québec, in Trois-Rivières.
Ah, bonjour. Ça va? Oui, oui.
Oui. Ben, j'aurais aimé poser une question en français, mais comme il n'y a pas de traducteur, I'm going to go it.
I could do it for you. I could flex my translation muscles if you want.
Okay.
Demande en français.
I can answer. I can ask in English, but I would like to answer both languages.
Okay, sure.
Possible? Okay. I got you. Good. So, Tam, first of all, how do you feel to be here tonight, to be part of this? And then the other question is, since your pro debut, you have fought under men's rule with 3 minutes round. When do you think you will no longer be the exception, but the norm?
Okay, so I'll answer in English first, and then I'll answer in French. Listen, this is very exciting. A year ago, I was at the Olympic Games, and my heart was broken. And here I am today, sitting here with these great women, and I'm excited. Like, I definitely just have 2 fights, but I definitely have my place here. I've been boxing a long time, and I'm just really excited. Fighting threes for me is normal. I've been doing this for nearly a decade. I'm lucky it's not out of the norm for me. I got to choose this, and hopefully, if women want to, they get to choose this as well. Alors en français. Je suis super excitée d'être ici. L'année passée, j'étais au jeu, j'étais déçue, j'ai eu le cœur brisé. Puis j'ai été capable de me relever et j'étais capable de revenir ici, super excitée, sur une grosse carte, une carte historique, avec des femmes incroyables. Puis le fait que je boxe des 3 minutes, ben pour moi c'est normal. Moi c'est la norme. Ça fait plus de 10 ans, quasiment 10 ans que je fais ça. Moi j'ai eu le choix de le faire. Je suis très fière de ce choix-là et j'espère que dans le futur, les autres femmes vont avoir le choix aussi, qui veulent ou qui veulent pas.
Thank you.
Merci, merci. Bon courage. Let's go right over here.
Jorge Mercado from Claridad. First, I want to start with a footnote. Congratulations for both Kathy and Amanda. What you represent in the ring for the female fighters, what you represent outside of the ring, what you do in the communities, Kathy in your homeland, Amanda in Puerto Rico and New York. Congratulations for that. You making history.
Thank you.
But I have a question, and all the boxing world, Amanda issued a challenge to Kathy on the second fight to do 3-minute rounds and 12 rounds like the males. And why was that? Why you didn't accept that challenge, Katie?
Why? Well, because I won the second fight. I think it would have been a lot different if she was a champion. She's not, like I said in the last press conference, she's not in a position to dictate the terms of the fight. I'm the champion, she's not.
Amanda, what do you think about that answer?
I mean, if she knew she was the dictator and the champion, she should have never accepted the challenge or shook my hand on it. But it is what it is. We're going to go off 2 minutes.
All right, before we go to you, let me ask Ellie Scottney a question. What a big opportunity it is for you to be here. And you corrected me back in April. You said you've fought top talent. You're a champion. This isn't new for you. But when you signed with MVP, did you know that something like this was in the works, or did this come after you agreed to join forces with Nikisa and Jake?
It certainly came after. Even sitting here now, it probably hasn't sunk in, and I don't think till after Friday night, I probably speak for everyone, we won't realise the movement with female boxing, and this is just the start, and I'm so buzzing to be part of it.
I'll ask your opponent, Yamileth Mercado, a question as well. Ellie is undefeated. She has looked very good in her first 10 pro fights. In your opinion, what needs to be done to defeat her on Friday?
Yamileth, tu rival tiene una marca perfecta, está invicta, se ha visto muy bien. ¿Qué tienes que hacer tú para ganarle el viernes por la noche?
Yo he realizado una gran preparación, tengo más experiencia que ella en peleas, entonces no me intimida su récord perfecto, yo creo que se acaba esta noche.
Well, all I can tell you, I have confidence in my preparation. I've got more experience than she has in fights, and so that doesn't intimidate me. That perfect record doesn't intimidate me, and that perfect record will end tonight.
Oh. We're not fighting tonight. We're not fighting tonight.
That night.
That night. How do you say Friday in Spanish?
El viernes.
Yes, exactly. Okay, you go ahead.
Charlotte Daly with the Daily Mail. Question for Amanda Serrano. You fought Katie Taylor twice, and in your eyes, you believe you won both fights. Can you talk to me about how kind of demoralizing it was after that second fight to have given it your all and not come away with the result, and how you kind of mentally regrouped and rebuilt that confidence going into this trilogy, because you now sound like you have that mojo back?
Yeah, no, losing is never fun, but you only lose if you feel like you lost, and I didn't feel like I lost. My team told me I didn't lose. They're proud of me, so I'm okay. Like Jake Paul says, you turn that L into a W, and that's what we're going to do come Friday night.
But you did lose the fight. You did lose.
Just a question for Katie as well. MVP has obviously been championing women's boxing. They're putting on big events, big career paydays for women. They've also just signed someone who has been wanting a third fight with you for a long time, in Chantel Cameron. Is there a world that we see that fight happen now that she's with MVP?
I think everyone wants to fight me. I can only fight one person one time, so let's get over Friday night, then you can ask me that question.
Thank you very much. Go ahead. Oh, this is my guy from Uncrowned. What's up?
Leochano Kayao from Uncrowned. Thank you for having me here. Question for Katie Taylor. You're up 2-0 against Amanda Serrano. Where does this third fight rank in terms of importance compared to the first two? And is there anything you are trying to prove to yourself and or to the fans by taking this third bout?
I just took the third fight, obviously, because I love these kind of challenges, and I do believe that I can beat her again. In terms of the importance of this fight, I feel like even after the first fight, I didn't think I was going to get any bigger than that, but here we are. This fight is even bigger than the last two. And to be headlining such a huge card, to be headlining an all-female card is an absolute privilege. It's an amazing situation, and these are the kind of nights that I actually dreamt of as a kid, to be in this position, headlining a big show like this, headlining a show full of these amazing women behind me. This is an absolute privilege to be in this position, and I just thank God that I'm here, and I'm 2 days away from making history again.
Thank you, Katie. And for Amanda, you're fighting at home at Madison Square Garden, where this trilogy all began. What would it mean to you to finally get a win over Katie at the world's most famous arena?
Well, it surely will be an amazing feeling. It's where everything came together, and yeah, to bring those belts right back over the bridge will be really cool.
Thank you.
And I know your brother Daniel would be very happy if you won in this building. This is his favorite building. Shout out to Daniel, wherever he may be. Can I ask a question to Sharetta? Sharetta, when we were here in April, you had another opponent that you were getting ready for, right? Dina Thorslund. Unfortunately, she cannot compete. She announced that she is pregnant. Congratulations to her. When you found out that it was going to be Shernika Johnson, what was your reaction?
I'm about to beat her up, too, and get her belt. Same result. Different opponent, same mission.
All right, let's ask Shernika her response to that. You were on the outside looking in and then got the call. What was your reaction when you found out that, A, you'd be fighting her, but then the fight got elevated to an undisputed title fight? What did you think?
Excited. Like, I was waiting for an opportunity to fight the winner of them, and it presented itself. So to be fighting for the undisputed on this all-women's card is just amazing.
I think you also had a question for her, right?
I do. I would love to know where the nickname come from.
Chicken, right? But it's spelt a little different.
We came from chicken sticks. I used to run track.
Oh, chicken, like your legs?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you have it. Hopefully no running in the fight on Friday. There's been a lot of talk about running in fights these days.
Am I going to be running?
Yeah, no, I said hopefully not.
Huh?
It was a joke. It was a bad joke.
Oh, no, I'm
Forget
not. I'm not going to be running.
Yeah.
You know, I'm bringing it.
All right. Can't wait, and your fighting history would suggest that. All right, go ahead.
Junior Reyes from Sports Legends PR. Amanda, Katie, check this out. 20 years ago, Felix Tito Trinidad against Winky Wright. They made a promise. Whoever lost has to take the winner to their country to learn about their culture. Would you be willing to make a promise of that magnitude and shake hands right now in Madison Square Garden or Netflix?
Listen, we can have dinner together and learn about each other's play. You know, I've learned a lot through Katie, through her family. She has an amazing family, amazing team. Unless she wants to come learn some Spanish and eat some good food. We have good food in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to go to Puerto Rico. Sounds good. Let's change.
It's just that Ireland is too far, though, right? How far is Ireland?
On a plane, 7-hour flight.
Oh, no. Mine is 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Mine is a lot closer.
Thank you, ladies.
All right, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Sara del Valle from El Nuevo Día newspaper in Puerto Rico. I have a question for Amanda and another for Mrs. Katie Taylor. Amanda, what will it mean to become undisputed in the second weight class, especially against Katie Taylor?
Becoming undisputed champion first time for Puerto Rico, being the first out of Puerto Rico was truly an amazing accomplishment for me and for my island. And to become a 2-division will be even better. But my biggest accomplishment is becoming a 7-division world champion. I never thought that I would get another opportunity to be undisputed in another division. So obviously that's be truly amazing. But I mean, my biggest accomplishment is being a 7-division world champ.
For Katie, how does it feel to be closing this trilogy with Amanda Serrano at the Madison Square Garden? What makes this third fight different from the first two?
I think just headlining another historic night is absolutely huge for both myself and Amanda. This is a history-making event. Like we said, we didn't think it was going to get any bigger after the first fight, but this is absolutely huge that the sport is in a position where we're headlining a top-quality all-female card. Like every single female fighter here is an outstanding fighter. We're going to see the best of women's boxing on Friday night. It's going to be live on Netflix for the whole world to see. This is a huge moment for women's sport. And so I think just being in this position for myself and Amanda is probably the biggest accomplishment of our lives.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wanted to ask a question to Jessica Camara. Obviously, there was some talk about Chantel's whereabouts, but she might have landed already. I was told it was around 6:45 or so. Were you at all nervous about how this was all going to play out? Because this is obviously such a big fight for you.
I mean, all of that's out of my control, so I was just hoping, everything was good with her. But yeah, I heard she's on her way. Maybe she's here already, so I'm happy to hear that.
What needs to be done to beat her on Friday?
I'm sorry?
What needs to be done to beat her on Friday?
I mean, just apply pressure, make her uncomfortable, and just dig deep, make it a war.
Thank you very much. I wanted to ask Ramla a question as well. They were talking about accomplishments. Your list is pretty extensive. I went through it when we introduced you, but as far as a stage like this, an opportunity like this, your first fight with MvP, where does this rank for you, considering all the great things you've done so far in your young life? Wow, quite the pop.
You've put me on the spot now. I'm blushing.
Talk about yourself. Be proud.
Oh, I don't like to talk about myself. I get a bit awkward. I think fighting on, first of all, I want to say Alhamdulillah. I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so blessed to be fighting amongst all these incredible fighters here in a historic event such as this, live on Netflix at MSG. I fought here twice before, but this is the first time that I'll be competing in the main arena. So that's like legacy stuff, basically. I know I'm like so low on the undercard, but it's still, for me, it's like legacy stuff. So yeah, I think this is probably up there with the list of things that I've accomplished in my life. And I'm just so blessed to be here.
For your opponent, Leela, she's being very bashful. She has done a lot, and like she has said, she's fought here a couple times before. For you, are you trying to spoil this party? She's one of the newest members of MvP. Are you trying to come in here and say that you're not just here to be an opponent, you're here to steal the show from her?
Lila Furtado, ela disse que você já teve várias lutas dessa forma e a pergunta é saber se você está aqui para derrotá-la ou não.
Sim, claro, eu vim preparada.
Yes, of course, I came prepared.
Obrigado. Short and sweet. representing Brazil. And I'll ask Mary a question as well. Talk about stealing the show. Obviously, there's a lot invested in Tam, and she's talked about her journey, Olympics and whatnot. I'm wondering if that's part of the mindset, to spoil what she's started so far in her very short but undefeated pro career.
I mean, that's the plan, but honestly, I'm just grateful to be on this stage, and I just want to do my best, so, you know, I'm just looking forward to fighting Friday.
And she talked about the importance of 3-minute rounds. What does that mean to you?
That's just how it should be, so that's all I think about it.
All right. Short and sweet. I think you can gather that the time for talking is over. I think most of these women are tired of me asking them questions, and all of you. Yes, Amanda, you agree with that? Well, you're the star of this show.
Wait, I do have a question for Netflix.
Okay.
When is season 3 of Ginny and Georgia coming out?
Anyone from Netflix want to get on the microphone?
Anyone from
just
Netflix?
Netflix in general? All right, we'll put it out there. We'll go on Reddit, ask them. Maybe they'll do an AMA. Okay, someone gave you a thumbs up. There you go. It's coming out, apparently. Yeah, you run Netflix. Well, come Friday, these 2 women and all these women run Netflix. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 in the West, 1 a.m. in the UK. Prelims on MvP's YouTube channel, and of course Netflix's as well. But then the main card, no pay-per-view required. If you're a subscriber, you will get to watch it just like you did back in November when Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fought. And I can assure you, the hundreds of millions of people who watched that fight, I can assure you when they went to bed on Friday back in November, what was it, the 14th, 15th, they were all thinking about these 2. And a lot of people have come up to me and said, wait, those 2 women, they're fighting on Friday as well? I'm in. Can't wait to see what the viewership numbers are. Can't wait to see how the world will stop once again when Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight, and then when they get to know all these incredible fighters as well. We're going to bring back Nikisa Badarian. We're going to call up